It's Tuesday, and it's time for Weather with a Beat. Honolulu, 82 and sunny. Seattle, 68 and sunny. 66 in Portland and clear. 70 in Reno with sunshine. 67 in San Francisco. Only getting up to 63 in LA. 77 in Las Vegas. 81 in Phoenix. 73 in Albuquerque. All sunny. Sunny in Denver at 70. Sunny and 67 in Salt Lake City. 62 in Omaha, Nebraska, and clear. 83 degrees in Topeka, Kansas. 82 in Oklahoma City. Texas, sunny day. Amarillo, 86. Houston, 90. Dallas, 85. New Orleans, 88, bright sunshine. 84 and sunny in Little Rock. 84 and sunny in St. Louis. Showers in Chicago, and 59. 72 in Indianapolis, but sunny. 85 and clear in Atlanta. Along the East Coast, 88 in Miami. 77 in Charlotte. 84 in Roanoke. 82 in the nation's capital. 76 degrees in Philadelphia. 69 in New York City, all clear. And 71 in Boston, their high for the year, and sunny. That's Tuesday's Weather with a Beat.
Daybreak USA, I'm Jet Williams, and you are in the jet stream. Just enough thrust. Despite a feverish rally by the Warriors, the Rockets hold on and even up the NBA Western Conference semifinals at 2 games apiece with a 112-108 win in Houston. Game 5 tomorrow night in a place called Oracle. Eastern Conference semifinals, the Bucks take a 3-1 series lead. We call that a commanding lead in the sportscasting business, beating the Celtics 113-101. NHL playoffs now, Eastern Conference semifinals first. Boston wraps up their series by zipping up the Blue Jackets from Columbus, a final score of 3-0. Western Conference semifinals, the Avs force Game 7, knocking off the Sharks 4-3 in overtime. Now to another sport Happy Gilmore excelled in, golf. I wonder how that medal's going to look on that green jacket. President Trump awarded Tiger Woods the Medal of Freedom in a Rose Garden ceremony yesterday. The president said Tiger is back on top after ending his 10-year major drought by winning the Masters last month. Tiger, just the 4th golfer to win the award. Major League Baseball will start first in the National League. The Reds dwarf the Giants 12-4. Cards get over on the Phillies 6-0. Padres beat the Mets 4-0. Going now to the American League board. The Yankees win. The Yankees win. The Yankees win. Deep 6 in the Mariners 7-3. And Baltimore beats the Red Sox, a final score of 4-1. Now that sound means that the jet stream is passed. I now look down at my watch and see that it's plainly 35 minutes after the hour here on Daybreak USA.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS and you cannot afford to make payments to the IRS, you may qualify for the CNC tax program. This is a new program, and if you qualify, you won't make any payments to the IRS while in this program. Once you're accepted into this program, the IRS is forced to stop all harassing collection activities. No threatening phone calls, no wage garnishments, no bank levies, and no more monthly payments to the IRS. Get ready to write this number down. It's the most important number you'll ever need to end your IRS tax nightmare. Call Paramount Tax Relief at 800-547-4804 for a free confidential consultation to find out if you qualify for the CNC tax program. Once you are accepted into the CNC tax program, you won't make any payments to the IRS while in this program. Call Paramount Tax Relief now at 800-547-4804. That's 800-547-4804. Again, 800-547-4804.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
800-871-3291. 800-871-3291. Again, that's 800-871-3291.
Closing the border today.
Maybe.
I'm hoping for adults in the room.
Well, we'll see if there are.
Then that's why we invited our
I
guest
just don't want to see, once
Del
again,
Gonzo
maybe
back.
1 million people out of work again because of this situation, especially close to home here in Phoenix. And as you said, Ray, it is special guest time. Please introduce said guest.
With delight, it's Hugh Del Gonzo. He came back. He was another brave one. Decided to come back and spend a little more time with us. He is author of The Awakening, a transformational love story. With so much suffering and inequality, is our world finally due for a major change? Welcome back, Hugh. Thanks for coming back and sitting at the table with us.
Okay, he'll be with us shortly. We'll get him back on the
He
on the
wasn't
blower
so
phone.
brave.
Yeah, he heard you say that and he ran for the road.
Oh, I get too much pressure.
Man, see,
Hugh will be back.
you
He's a
scared him to
brave
death.
soul. Yeah.
No, he'll be back. We have great faith in him.
Yes.
And, there is so many big, major changes. And I don't really know if I believe what I just said there about the changes being that major. I think the thing that is obvious about the changes that we go through, and we've said this
As a people, as a world.
all together, and I think we've said this since the beginning of the computer generation, and that is all of a sudden things don't go in the form of addition. They go in the form of multiplication.
Yes.
It's the same in the good news and the bad news, healthcare, things like that. All of a sudden something is found out, and because of the computer, they can do something 1,000 times faster.
Right.
Let's see if you could bring you on now without scaring him.
I'll try. Okay. Welcome back, Hugh Del Gonzo, again, author of the book The Awakening, a transformational love story. Welcome back, Hugh. Thanks for coming back on with us.
Good morning, and how is everyone feeling this morning?
Dandy. We're trying to figure out the problems of the world and solve them all in about 3 hours time, but we press on. How are you this morning?
As long as you rest on the seventh day, it's fine.
You are absolutely right. Rest is very important.
Yes.
And our world is so tenuous, and we are that clock, that atomic clock that we always had 5 minutes before doomsday. Do you feel that people feel the doom and gloom more now than ever before?
Oh, absolutely. If we go back 30, 40 years ago, when I first started doing this kind of work, I was like Paul Revere. I was going around, hey, you got to wake up, this is what's going on. But now, I pivoted, and I'm going in exactly the opposite direction and telling them why they still can be optimistic about humanity's future. But paradoxically, of course, don't be in denial that we literally could lose humanity on Earth right now. Let's face it, at first glance, our global challenges look like doom and gloom, right? But the sage knows that these life-threatening things are being brought to the forefront to motivate us to take the necessary actions to help save the humans. The great metaphor about this one, of course, is what the butterfly considers death, what the caterpillar considers death, a butterfly experiences as birth.
Well, that's very true. I have always said that pessimists in this world have it made, and optimists have a hard time, because an optimist has to stick out his reputation, his honor, his desires, and everything else, and he can be wrong. Where a pessimist says, oh, I'm so sick today that I'm going to die. Well, he's either happy or he's correct. He has no downside whatsoever. He either dies and says, I was correct, or he doesn't die and he said, woo, I lived through that.
Hugh, you mentioned in your press release, critical mass is nature's way of making non-violent global changes. Here's what is so optimistic to me, that when you say critical mass, and you would think, oh my gosh, that's got to be a huge portion of the population, you estimate that number at being 10%. Simply 10% is really all it takes to make that shift in the way that we do things globally.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, this whole thing about the miraculous power of critical mass is a scientific fact. It's not New Age, it's not woo-woo, it's not magical. The term critical mass is borrowed from nuclear physics, and in that field it refers to an amount of a substance needed to sustain a chain reaction. But it's also used in other areas. It's used in politics and public opinion. And again, in my book, The Awakening, A Transformational Love Story, I use it from a social dynamic.
Is the bottom line really that people don't have the desire to be happy? Because I think that if you want to be, you can wake up every morning or every evening or whenever you wake up happy and feeling like something good is going to happen.
It takes work to be happy.
Does it? Does it take more work to be happy than depressed? We're seeing this rash of suicides. My father fought in the war, Ray's father fought in the war, and they came out unscathed. They had families and a good life. Nowadays, PTSD and all these dreaded things are running rampant because people let them get to them.
Well,
I tell you, I agree with you, Rod, and that's why, as far as I'm concerned right now, part of my actual calling is to make people know about reasons, real-world reasons, why they can be optimistic about humanity's future. And I wrote an article, 7 or 8 years ago, called 21 Reasons to be Optimistic. You think your audience would like to hear one or two of them?
Sure,
absolutely.
Lay 'em on us. Absolutely.
All right, so here's number one. We're better off now than any other time in recorded history. Compared with 50 years ago, the average human now earns nearly 3 times as much money, eats 1/3 more calories, buries 2/3 fewer children, and can expect to live 1/3 longer. The second of the 21 reasons is we have more access right now to human innovation, even allowing for the many people in the world who still live in abject poverty. Our generation has more access to calories, watts, horsepower, gigabytes, megahertz, square feet, air miles, food per acre, miles per gallon, and money. And so, when you list these kinds of things, what's the opposite of that? When I put on the news, what do I hear? Who died, who got murdered, who got killed, why it's crashing, why the Democrats hate the Republicans, why the Republicans hate the Democrats.
Yeah.
And if we just barrage ourselves with that, of course we're going to be negative.
Hugh, I'm going to ask you to sit right there. We'll be back with more from you to Sconzo right after this timeout on
Daybreak USA.
Good to have you with us 12 minutes before your hour, placing, as Ray would say, your next hour here.
Always looking ahead, looking up. That's us. Hugh Del Conzo is with us. He's the founder of the Holistic Learning Center. You can find him at holisticlearningcenter.com. He also has an Amazon bestseller, The Awakening, A Transformational Love Story.
And
welcome
at the
back,
end of the
Hugh.
month, Hugh, I'm going to be 67 years old. I've been saying it throughout these 67 years, and that is, I'm too stupid to be depressed. And I enjoy being that dumb.
And he's right.
Yeah, I don't get depressed. I refuse, because Eggbach, everything's going to be okay.
Well, are we at a
lot
time?
of great people were born in 1952, let's face it, right?
What year were you born, you?
1952, Rod.
God bless you.
Oh, you sound so much younger.
And I think you were even a resident in my neck of the woods. Where are you from?
Originally, I was born in Staten Island, New York.
You were 14 miles from me. Passaic, New Jersey.
There you go, close enough. Did you,
Neighbors.
Did you keep coming? Did you come over the Bayonne or the Goethals Bridge to drink when you were 18?
Now, we don't talk about that anymore.
We don't talk about Perth Amboy. I don't even know what a Perth is. Yeah. Anyhow, let's talk about our chances in this world to not only survive, but to become happier people. I used to hear when I was a little kid about my grandparents living through the Depression, about my mother being a little girl during the Depression. Now,